According to a reliable source of information, a song on YouTube, there are lots of people from France living in Montreal, specifically in the Plateau. We've heard a few stereotypes about these long-lost cousins of Quebecers, true or not, like that they complain when things are different from France and don't clean up after their dogs.
Our favorite source of data, the census, unfortunately doesn't collect information on how responsible people are as pet owners, but it does provide detailed information on people's origins, so in this video we're going to take a closer look at the French invasion of Montreal, where specifically it's located, and how it grew.
As of 2016, there were 57,000 immigrants from France living in Greater Montreal. There are two ways of thinking about whether that's a lot. On one hand, they only make up 6% of all immigrants to Greater Montreal, and just over 1% of all residents. On the other hand, France is the second highest single country for immigrants to Montreal, after Haiti, and more than half of all immigrants from France to Canada end up here.
Let's take a closer look at the so-called French invasion with all the places in Montreal where immigrants from France make up more than 4% of the population. This pretty much matches with the stereotype, with the Plateau being the obvious center, although there are other areas with lots of French immigrants too, including Outremont. There's also an isolated concentration of people from France, let's call it an outpost of the French invasion of Montreal, in Ile-Bigras and the far western tip of Laval.
The absolute highest area for French immigration in the city is the block between Rachel, Saint-Denis, Marianne, and Christophe Colomb, where people from France make up almost 15% of residents. There are three other areas where more than 10% of residents are from France, two of which are immediately north of Parc La Fontaine, one is by the Grande Bibliothèque and UQAM, and the last one is actually near Westmount.
In terms of growth, the population of French immigrants in Montreal doubled in the 20 years between 1996 and 2016. One thing to keep in mind is that immigrant in the census means someone with permanent status, so none of this includes students. For that data, Radio-Canada says that there are 18,000 students from France and Canada.
If we assume that just over half of them are in Greater Montreal, as was the case for French immigrants in Canada, that adds about 10,000 people to the French invasion of Montreal. Because there aren't a lot of students from Haiti here, people from France are not far off being the #1 foreign-born group in Greater Montreal.
We find it interesting to put numbers to this because when we moved here, we definitely noticed how many people were from France, including landlords and other prospective tenants when we were looking for apartments. It's pretty easy to notice the accent on the street too, at least compared to local Quebecers, although we're not quite able to distinguish between France and Belgium, Switzerland, or even North Africa.
Unfortunately, we haven't been able to solve the dog poop problem here, which is one of only a few negative surprises we had when moving to Montreal. It's not like we've never seen dog poop before moving here, but it's really bizarre how many people of whatever dialect just leave their dog's poop or even poop bags in the middle of the sidewalk, sometimes right in front of your door. We'll try not to take that personally, but you know who you are.